South Africa's Benni McCarthy retired as one of the most decorated players in African football back in 2013. The Cape Town-born star, now the coach of Kenya's senior men's national football team, the Harambee Stars, won 17 trophies both in Europe and at home in an 18-year career. Let's now get a profile of the Bafana Bafana icon.
From the vibrant streets of Cape Town to playing at the biggest football cathedrals in Europe, retired South African icon Benni McCarthy's journey is one of talent, determination and passion. McCarthy began his professional career in 1995 with Cape Town 7 Stars, aged 18, before moving to Dutch giants Ajax Amsterdam in 1997. In a 15-year career in Europe, he went on to play for Ajax, Celta Vigo in Spain, FC Porto in Portugal, and later for Blackburn Rovers and West Ham in England. McCarthy won 11 trophies in that time, with his biggest success coming at FC Porto under Jose Mourinho, winning the 2004 UEFA Champions League, besides winning and being top scorer in the Portuguese domestic league. Internationally, McCarthy remains South Africa's all-time leading scorer with 31 goals in 80 appearances. He played in 2 FIFA World Cups and scored Bafana Bafana's first ever World Cup goal in 1998. In the same year, he became only the second player in AFCON history to score 4 goals in a single match against Namibia. In 2017, he moved into coaching, leading clubs in South Africa before joining Manchester United staff in 2022 as the club's attacking coach. In March 2025, McCarthy began a new chapter as head coach of Kenya's national team Harambee Stars, bringing fresh hope and excitement to Kenyan football. Here at CGTN, we had the pleasure of interviewing the man himself, Benni McCarthy. He sat down with CGTN anchor Richard Nta, who began by asking him about what it takes to make it as a footballer in Africa, factoring his own experiences on the way to the top.
For me, it was about growing up in tough environment, neighborhood in Cape Town, in South Africa. So you have to be really strong to survive. So you develop a mentality, you develop a way of life. And then when you make it, you come out of such hardships and you make something special of your life. Of course, there's a way that you do it, you know, some kind of arrogance, because I know what it was like to suffer. And now I'm here, so I'm going to enjoy the moment, but I also know what it takes to get there.
Benni, what stood out for you if you had to choose one accomplishment from your career? What would you say is a standout moment for Benni McCarthy?
The most obvious one that stands out is winning the Champions League with Porto. But for me, the most standout one was signing for Ajax Amsterdam, because my life was in South Africa. So I was from humble beginnings, hardship, from the Cape Flats, where you know how difficult it is for anyone to come from there and make something of your life and make a career for you. So yeah, so for me to be able to have that mindset, that ambition, that ability to withstand whatever comes my way, nothing's going to stop me from reaching where I want to be, and that's to be a professional football player.
Great.
So yeah, so that would have to be the standout moments, to rise out of poverty, out of normal life, hardship life, and then make it to the top of the pyramid. And that was to reach European football, to a team that's won the Champions League the year before that, with global soccer football stars from the Netherlands, and then you joining that team from just a local boy from Cape Town. So that, yeah, for me, that's the standout moment, I would say, in my career.
I'm asking you who the greatest African football player of all time is, and you got to take yourself out of this one.
My generation, there was some outrageous African players. Your JJ Okocha, Nwankwo Kanus. I can never forget my teammate Sunday Olise, for me, one of the greatest African players of all time, and someone that I learned to love. And I would love to say Sunday, but I don't think that would be justice to Africa. You had the likes of George Weah that I could put in there, Abedi Pele from Ghana, you know. But if I have to throw my hat in there for the greatest African player, I think Mo Salah, Sadio Mane, they come very close to that. But since I was from that generation, I will go for none other than Samuel Eto'o from Cameroon.
Samuel Eto'o.
I was a young player when I moved to Spain and became friendly with Samuel Eto'o. And I just think he's incredible. The story that he's gone through, you know, to end up playing for Real Madrid and then joining the arch rivals Barcelona, and then winning the Spanish League, the Champions League in the manner that he did, and then left to go to Inter Milan and done it on that platform. I think, yeah, if you do it on two of the world's most toughest leagues in the world, in Spain, in Champions League, European competitions, and then you go to Italy and you prove it there, then for me that's more than enough.